Let's talk about financial literacy. Most people hear that phrase and immediately think it's about getting rich quick. They think stocks, crypto, side hustles, ... Financial literacy is much simpler and far more powerful. It's the ability to understand, control, and direct your money instead of just reacting to it. Think about it. The real issue is that very few people know what to do with that money once it lands in their bank account. That gap between earning and knowing is where all the financial stress comes from. If you don't understand money, money will control you. But if you understand it, you control your own future. It all starts with one fundamental truth. Your income does not decide your wealth. Your behavior with money does. I've seen people with low incomes build incredible financial stability because they were financially literate. And I've seen people with high incomes live in constant stress, trapped, and dependent on their next paycheck, all because they lacked that same literacy. Financial literacy simply means knowing a few key things: how money flows in and out of your life, where your money is leaking away without you even noticing, and how to plan before you spend instead of reacting with regret after. It's about making your money serve your long-term goals, not just your short-term cravings. This isn't about complex math. A huge misconception is that financial literacy means investing. First, you need control. So why do so many people never become financially literate? It's not about a lack of intelligence. Nobody teaches us how money actually works in the real world. In school, you're taught to study hard, get a good job, earn more money, and maybe someone vaguely tells you to spend better. No one teaches you how to plan your money month by month, how to protect your future time, or how to avoid the subtle lifestyle traps that keep you running in place. So, we learn by making mistakes, and those mistakes are usually expensive. Credit card debt starts to feel normal. Spending first and saving whatever is left over feels normal. But here's the hard truth. Normal is what keeps most people broke. Control your month, not your year, not your lifetime. Every single month, your money should already have a job before you even think about spending it. Money without a direction simply vanishes. Financially literate people don't find themselves at the end of the month asking, "Where did all my money go?" They decide in advance. This one single habit is the difference between chaos and control. And this leads to a crucial distinction: understanding income versus wealth. Income is what you earn. Wealth is what you keep and what you grow. Most people are obsessed with increasing their income, and that's great. But without financial literacy, a higher income just means higher expenses. Financial literacy teaches you how to break that cycle, how to deliberately slow down your spending growth, and how to turn any surplus you have into assets that work for you. If your expenses rise at the exact same speed as your income, you will stay stuck forever, no matter how much you earn. Wealth is built in the gap between what you earn and what you spend, and that gap is created by literacy, not by luck. To get started, you only need to understand a few core areas. Don't get overwhelmed. You just need to focus on income management, expense control, building saving systems, and developing long-term thinking. Let's talk about the most ignored skill of all: expense control. This is not about being cheap or cutting out everything you enjoy. Financially literate people don't just ask, they ask. Most people leak money through 1,000 tiny cuts, small repeated decisions that seem harmless on their own. Things like subscriptions you forgot you had, impulse buys at the checkout counter, paying for convenience you don't really need, or emotional spending to make yourself feel better. Literacy teaches you to build a small pause into your process, a moment to think before you spend, not a moment of regret after you've already spent. Most people think saving is whatever money is left at the end of the month. That approach is completely backwards, and it's why most people fail to save anything. You treat your savings like a non-negotiable bill that you have to pay to your future self. Then, your spending adapts to what's left. And saving isn't just about money, which is arguably the single most important skill for building wealth. Before you even think about growth, you must build stability. Financially literate people prepare for uncertainty because they know life is unpredictable. An unexpected car repair, a medical bill, an emergency fund is not an investment. Without it, you're forced to borrow at high interest, sell your investments at the worst possible time, or stay trapped in bad situations because you have no other choice. Stability gives you options, and options create freedom. Only after you have discipline and stability does investing come into the picture. This is where everyone wants to start. And ironically, it's where most people fail because they skipped the foundational steps. Without discipline, investing just becomes gambling. Your emotions take over. You buy high out of excitement and sell low out of fear. Financial literacy teaches you patience, and consistently over long periods. Ultimately, the real goal of financial literacy isn't about buying luxury cars or designer clothes. It's about gaining control over your time. You make better, clearer decisions. You have the power to say no to opportunities or situations that are right for you. Financial independence doesn't mean you never have to work again. Not because you're trapped and have no other option. That freedom starts with literacy, not with a high income. This is why financial literacy builds true, lasting wealth. Wealth isn't the result of one big, lucky decision. It's the result of a good system, repeated over and over for years. Financial literacy helps you reduce costly mistakes and allow small wins to compound over time. But because they repeat the same bad money behaviors for decades, literacy is what interrupts that cycle. Think about the long-term impact. Someone who becomes financially literate early in life will likely avoid crushing debt, build their assets slowly and steadily, feel constant pressure, depend on their next paycheck, and always be just one mistake away from a major crisis. The difference between these two people is not talent. In today's world, financial literacy is not optional anymore, and our time is limited. Plan before you spend. That is financial literacy. Thanks for watching.